All right, guys, you're going to want to pay attention to this. I was one of the first people that did a video that told you that Kash Patel was going to be anointed as the temporary acting ATF director. And a lot of people didn't believe it because he was just made the director of the FBI. But now I'm going to tell you that acting part is going to come to a close relatively soon. Imagine a leader at the ATF who not only understands firearms, but is also a staunch defender of your Second Amendment rights. Sounds improbable, I know, but it's closer to reality than you might think. And while some people are going to be initially upset and disappointed at the name I tell you, I'm going to tell you a little more about him because I think it's a phenomenal choice. Today we're diving deep into the story of Dan O'Kelly, a former ATF agent and a true advocate for lawful gun owners, now in the running for ATF director. But before we get started, make sure to hit that subscribe button down below and ring that bell notification so that you stay up to date on the latest in firearm news and Second Amendment discussions. Let's get into Dan O'Kelly. Dan O'Kelly's law enforcement journey spans over 3 decades, starting with 11 years as a police officer and then 23 years in the ATF, where he specialized in firearm technology and recognition. And boy, did he use that training and education to the advantage of him and the detriment of the ATF upon retirement. Dan O'Kelly has said this, quote, "I am not a politician. My heart is completely in what I believe, and I candidly believe I am the guy to fix the ATF." Okay, that's a good start, but let's learn more. O'Kelly has been vocal about the ATF's internal challenges, citing inadequate training and political influences that have eroded public trust. Spot on that one. Dan O'Kelly has said the ATF has operated on a process where the anti-gun administration feeds their wishes to headquarters, which then trickles down to the tech branch. Agents are given misinformation and aren't trained well enough to know the difference. That's going to change. Yeah, I agree that the training on some of the stuff you see come out of the ATF is part of the problem. Now, if appointed as director, I'm going to use air quotes, if appointed, he's going to be appointed as director, O'Kelly plans to implement comprehensive training programs, ensuring agents can enforce firearm laws accurately and fairly. Wait till you hear how he's going to do that. He also aims to make these resources available to the public and the firearms industry, promoting transparency and reducing unintentional violations. That would be huge. O'Kelly emphasizes a shift in focus for the ATF, actually targeting violent crime rather than lawful gun owners. Imagine that. Now, Dan O'Kelly has said, quote, "Every bad thing someone can do with a gun is already illegal. The ATF needs to focus on enforcing those laws against violent criminals, not persecuting law-abiding citizens and businesses." Beyond his tenure at the ATF, O'Kelly has served as a consultant and an expert witness, and the ATF actually hates that part, and he's been successful in challenging several instances of ATF overreach. Some of the famous ones we're going to talk about here. Since leaving the ATF in 2011 and forming his own firearms training and consulting firm, O'Kelly has been a paid expert witness in at least 4 cases that I remember, in which he has detailed his view that the AR-15 and many other guns that use that split receiver style build do not have a single part that is subject to federal law and regulation. I've done many videos about his opinions in court over the years. He's been very, very victorious. Now, the first time was in 2014 after he got a call from a San Diego area lawyer asking his opinion about a case involving the seizure of approximately 6,000 polymer gun parts that the ATF had determined were receivers under the law. Now, these devices were taken as part of a criminal investigation into a Southern California-based company that was named Ares Armor, A-R-E-S, Ares Armor. Now, they were suspected of dealing firearms without a license. The company's owner at the time was Dimitri Karas. He was never charged with a crime. His company later filed a civil lawsuit against the ATF seeking to return his property. O'Kelly submitted a declaration in support of Karas's lawsuit stating that the lower receivers had only 2 of the 4 features listed by the ATF in their own definition of a receiver. He also noted that the definition failed to cover a long list of semi-automatic rifles and handguns, including the Ruger .22 caliber pistol and Uzi-style rifles. O'Kelly wrote, the regulation pertained mainly to a part found in manually operated weapons such as revolvers and pump-action shotguns, and that sent the ATF into a tizzy. He said that the ATF's attempt to classify the items seized from Ares Armor as receivers, as well as similar rulings in other cases, displayed a lack of logic and consistency, which has created a climate in which the firearm industry can't really operate in good faith within the law. He says it's nearly impossible for a reasonable man to do that. The ATF then returned 5,786 lower receivers to Karas 2 months after O'Kelly's declaration was filed. The civil case was later dismissed, and ATF was big mad. O'Kelly then destroyed ATF in numerous court cases. He was recently an expert witness in our forced reset trigger case that we're watching, and I think his input will be instrumental in that as well. O'Kelly has said, quote, it's crucial that we interpret firearm laws based on their precise definitions. Misclassifying components not only undermines the law, but also unjustly targets lawful gun owners. O'Kelly's expertise and commitment to accurate firearm classifications highlights the importance of informed leadership within ATF. His actions have not only corrected legal misinterpretations, but have also protected citizens from unwanted prosecution. O'Kelly's commitment has garnered support from both law enforcement and Second Amendment advocates, positioning him as the transformative leader who can bridge divides. Now, Dan O'Kelly's, I'm going to use my quotes again, Dan O'Kelly's potential appointment, it's going to happen, as ATF director signals a significant shift towards respecting lawful gun ownership while effectively combating violent crime. Now, what are your thoughts on his vision for the ATF? I wish that he would just abolish it with us, but he is going to do a lot of good work there, and it's going to be phenomenal. It's going to be great. It's going to be huge. Let me know in the comments down below what you think. I'm going to save everybody from the initial response. Yes, Brandon Herrera was a phenomenal option, but Brandon Herrera could still be part of this. Remember, there are people who will be deputy director and people who will be tapped regularly for information. So who knows? Maybe Brandon still has a future in saving America. Now, before we wrap up, I want to thank the sponsor of the video, CMMG. Since 2002, CMMG has been a leading manufacturer of things that we love here in the Second Amendment community, and their commitment to quality and innovation is second to none. Check out their products where they are and use code GNG10 to save a ton of money when you shop over there all the time, every order, all year long. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more in-depth analysis and updates, and sometimes information that you're not going to get anywhere else. Thanks for watching, y'all. I appreciate you. Have a great day. God bless America. Take care.